meeting to order. Minutes of the meeting held on August 25th. Motion to approve as written.
Second.
Motion and second to approve as written. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Purchase orders.
We have a list of 4 items on here. Couple of printing is the highest one. That's the annual fee for windows, envelopes for our bills, and return envelopes for $8,088.35. More than tool and equipment, we're going to replace a walk behind concrete saw. The other one was a real small one. This one's a more industrial one that is used and lasts a long time. So, other than that, other things, Cooper and Associates for the arc flash hazard analysis. That's just to update our arc flash program since we made the changes with the polyphosphate feed system now for our electrical upgrade. So, other than that, that was pretty much it.
Any questions on purchase orders? Stand up, please.
See, the one on here is for $719. That was well over a 3-month bill, but I don't know what the problem is there. That's a tenant that lives in there. That's what the T represents in front of the address. We have a lot more tenants that skip out on the same owners. That one wasn't in there when we drew that.
Is this a 3-month bill right now?
Usually they are, but we write them off after 6.
It's a 2-unit, looks like.
And
That's a big one. Motion to pay bad debt plus September 2nd, 2020 for bookkeeping purposes.
Second.
Motion and second that we accept the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Remind that revised local road water main.
at the last meeting, it was tabled for the request for 103 Whippleville Ave. And the reason it was tabled is it suggested we figure the entire block of cost, and then once we do that, we would then be able to quote the individual who requested the main extension and then have him, along with us, contact the property owners out there to see who's interested in receiving this water. The cost that you have here is a revised cost. It's a little higher per foot than the other cost, only because there were additional fittings and hydrant that had to be added towards the east end of that project. So my recommendation is that we again cover the material cost for Whiskey Avenue crossing for $6,197. We quote the total material cost of $116,873 to the requester, and that would be divided up equally for the people that would participate. And then in total, we would pick up all labor costs, totaling $32,401. There are a total of 14 homes along that stretch, and to divide that up equally, it would be $8,348 per home, and plus the 1-inch crack cost. So we have $1,505. So you're talking about $9,800 per home. The other suggestion I'd have for the board is we've got to determine how many people out of this 14 homes we would allow to not pay if we get a majority that would pay. I'm recommending that we at least ask for 10 out of 14. I do know that one home next to the requester is vacant. It probably won't even participate, so. I'm suggesting we need to go at least with 10 homes, and then when they do tap in or want water, they would pay their fair share of what everybody else paid at that time. Yes.
I had a simple question, and that would be, if they decide to pay the $8,000, do
Right.
they, do they make payments, or do they have to pay it all at
It'll be
once?
paid all at one time.
I didn't know.
Yeah. And it's only because we have to pay for that material all at once.
Right, I didn't know.
So we are gonna notify, you said you are
Well,
notifying.
I'll assist him if he wants to take the walk, and we talk to the people and I can provide the costume and stuff. But he's gonna have to be the one that wants to initiate the conversation with the neighbors out there. Again, we don't solicit, so I'm just soliciting him, because he's the one that's going around asking the homeowners out there. But again, I would suggest that if we do this, we ask for at least a minimum of people that participated in these act. And then again, the next four would pay, once they're ready to tap in and receive water, they would pay the same cost for everybody else. Except for the tapping fees. The tapping fees go up in price, and they would have to pay that. Say 5 or 6 years.
Do you have any idea how much a new septic costs?
A new
Septic.
septic, that I can't say, because septic systems it depends on the ground. I don't even know if the county allows septics, but if there's water available within a certain amount of distance, the county will not allow a well to be put in. And that stands for all communities in the Port County, including Michigan City.
Does it state that you can repair that, or just,
There's not a lot of percent on that because I don't follow all that. All I do know is that if water is available within 300 feet of a house, they will not allow a new well.
so it sounds like,
In this case, if he has to drill a new well, I don't know whether they're going to allow that. The other thing we have to also keep in the back of our mind, we're entering into another entity, governmental entity, TRP, so we have to comply with that, what their rules and regulations are. And we have done that in the past. I don't foresee any problems, but I just want to let the board members know that we are entering into another entity. We have to comply with those regulations.
I have a question. So you're saying at least 10 of these 14 homes?
That's what I would recommend to the board.
Which sounds good to me. I don't know how that would be great if we get 10 homes. So once they commit, and then the money, that's when the money transfers, and that's when we'll start the project.
That's when we'll order the engineering, we'll get everything designed, and ready to go.
Yeah. And in the meantime, just reflecting on last, as far as John, he still has to wait for these 10 to come in.
He would be one of the 10.
He would be one of the 10, and he would, for sure, yes.
I wouldn't like this, I think it's kind of bad that we're going to do something for our own employees, but if we're going to do it, we've got to stay consistent in how we handle this thing, so.
I don't want to, and that's the only reason I hope you guys understand is because our policy has always been that over the years, and I just felt that we veer off. Then everybody will probably in the future reflect on this, and then it'll be a whole different.
And I'm not funny.
And that's the only reason. I'm not trying to be a bad guy the last time.
I would prefer to do a section of main, like a block at a time, instead of 100 foot here and 100 foot there, because it does get very, you gotta shut the main down, drain it, and add, and then you gotta chlorinate it. It's really a hard thing to keep doing, and with all the new drinking water regulations you gotta follow, it's better to do a block at a time. I've always felt that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
make the motion.
You want to take it off the table?
Yeah, I will take it off the table and just move forward with this mission for the revised extension estimate.
At least 10 out of the 14, right? Is that what he's,
I think, is that right?
right? Is that how we
Even if we get close to that, it'd be nice too, you know? But we have to put that solid 10. We have to get 8.
Bring that to code.
bring it back to the board?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's enough.
I'll start with 10. Okay, we'll start with 10.
Okay.
Alright.
So, second to the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion second that we put the Whipple project on the table. And
Who seconded that?
revise it as presented by superintendent. Which would be part of the 10 or 13 homes participating. Any additional discussion?
Just one question, how bad off is this employee right now? What is his situation like?
He's having issues with his well, I don't know that it went out completely,
Uh-huh.
but it's getting bad. He'd like to update it and get it city.
Okay. I mean, because I'm thinking, what if it takes him a few months to get these 10 people or 9 people to go with him, and maybe he's on the verge of, I was just curious as to how far
I
out.
understand, I just,
Mhm. Yeah, you
I
don't.
don't know.
Okay.
Any more questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, notification of the district meeting.
Okay, this is gonna be a webinar-based, meeting. We're gonna set it up so our employees can sit at the treatment plant to do this. It's $10 per head. It's on September the 18th. And I'm looking at least 8 employees attending, 7 of which will receive contact hours for their certification. The 8th person receives his Hurdy Award. In order for him to be recognized to receive his Hurdy Award, he needs to be registered for the program. So it's only a 2-hour webinar. It's not a big deal, and it's going to be posted and shared by our esteemed assistant superintendent here, who's the president of the district this year.
I was wondering if that was
So
nice to see.
he'll be the one leading the discussions through the district. So we're gonna set it up for our treatment plant. I think we can do it here, but with all the customers coming in, I think it's gonna be too much of a downside. So, and any board member that wishes to sit in and listen is more than welcome to. And I'll just get you registered if you want to. It's Friday, September the 18th. From 8:30 till probably 10:30, 11 o'clock.
All right, if you have any interest, call in. All right, next item is revenue extension on Beverly Shores.
No, that was a revised estimate. I quoted that lady last year and I just updated it for her. So it has gone up. Material costs gone up. I revised it with our new labor cost, so. That's just a letter for your reference.
All right, no business. New business.
Yes. I don't know if you're aware of this, but President Trump has signed a deferral program on federal tax for all Americans, which means starting September 1st through the end of this year, they do not have to pay any federal income tax. It will be deferred until the 1st of January. If the companies wish to participate in this deferral, they have to have an employee sign a waiver if they should quit, or if they don't, and if the companies don't want to participate, they're not on the hook for this thing. But if they participate, the companies are on the hook for any federal taxes that the employees did not pay to quit. They left. We could be on bill for 8 pay periods first of the year after that. Close to $80,000 if we participate in this thing. We can opt out, not participate. The employees will continue to pay their taxes, and we would pay as we would now. I think, in my mind, we're better off to opt out. A lot of employers are doing this cross country, opting out, so that they're not stuck later on paying somebody else's taxes.
It's all payroll taxes.
Yes.
FICA and
Second?
it's all payroll taxes.
Yeah. So I'm just recommending the board that we leave things as is and opt out of it and not participate, so we're not stuck. Otherwise, if we do participate, like I said, we gotta get the employees to sign a waiver, and then what happens for them now, so if we how is this explained? If we participate in it, their paychecks will go up now. But after the first of the year, what happens is deferral project, their paychecks will go down because now they have to pay 2 times as much.
Tax that in January?
Yes. So we're better off to leave everything as is.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
A
So,
lot of people are gonna.
yeah, and I don't think our department should be on the hook for somebody else's payroll tax. We pay on our own, so I think we should pay 2 or 3 times.
I know.
And you're saying if they decide to leave in between now until January,
we get a waiver, we get it signed, but we could deduct that out of the final paycheck. We'd have to have that. But I just,
That's still our responsibility.
yes,
We does go to the taxpayer and inspection.
yeah. So I think we're better off just leave things as is.
Do you need a motion on that? Or?
That's it. I don't know. I suppose it'd probably be better to have a motion, that way we can put it in the minutes.
Okay, motion to opt out of the federal tax program.
Yes. I'll second that.
Motion second that we opt out of the federal taxes deferral program. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any other new business? You can see, in your package, you have a letter from Randy to the mayor explaining
That was requested of his assistant, that he would get involved in the console numbers. And he says, could you just send a letter? And I did, and I have not heard any negative from that letter. Again, it explained everything that we're doing as the IURC explained it to us to do. And we're doing fine. You know, some people were asking for extensions, we're doing their time. It's not people that's complaining, it's people who get on Facebook that are complaining for everybody else. And I have my thoughts about those people.
Would you like to share?
No, the camera wasn't running on but
It's been quiet. They haven't chattered anymore about it.
I think they realize that there's nothing they can do.
Facebook is never quiet.
Well, they grandstand, and then if they see it's not gonna go anywhere, they stop.
So, but anyway, everything's good, people are paying,
Right.
and they're working out, and that's all we can. So we're fine.
Any public comments? Any board member comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, all those in favor?
Aye.